It's my fault. That it's your son's dead. And Scrap's gone. He not here no more, and it's my fault.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, Season 3, Episode 6. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points that we saw in this episode. Now if I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. And man, what another great episode of Raising Kanan. They're knocking it out the park for Season 3. And after watching Episode 6, I want to know what y'all think now about Unique. Because we know in the episode, they kept saying that he's gone, he's up out of here. Detective Howard said he's gone for good and all this stuff. Ronnie, he brought it up. So what do y'all think? As I stated last night, is Unique really up out of here? Or was all of this just promotion for the show for a possible return? And as I told you guys last night, I understand both perspectives. I understand the people that's saying that they believe he's still alive because of the stuff that we're seeing. Basically them not 100% showing us that body being carried up out of here. And then you have the people that say, you know what, realistically speaking, I mean, for him to take a beating like that, ain't no way he survived. And, both of them make sense. Now, we know Raising Kanan is very realistic compared to the other spinoffs. So will we see some type of shock value storyline within all of this? All I'm saying is this: they got to show us that body. Until that body is found, these theories, they're not going to stop. And that question will always be in the air as far as, is he really alive still? Regardless of if the actor is saying it, the cast, the people don't give a damn. They want that 100% confirmation in the show. Now, in my prediction, I believe they may save this conclusion of Unique's body for the season finale. I would not be surprised if they end up waiting it out just to get the fans to talk more and more about it, just to get more promotion. More theory videos will be made about this topic of discussion. I just believe this is something that we may have to wait for, but I hope I am wrong. I hope we get to see the conclusion of this in the next few episodes, but we shall see. Now in this episode, we saw a lot of different things. Ronnie and of course Kanan's connection started, and then of course we saw Lulu. Lulu had to end the episode out going to Scrappy's mom's, telling her what really happened. The man is drunk, he's all in his feelings, and now he has slipped up. So Lulu is definitely on a dark path and is very sad for him. Hopefully things can get better, but from the looks of it, it seems like Lulu will get worse before anything. A lot of fans believe with him doing this, his chances of surviving the season is very low. But we're going to find out soon enough. Y'all let me know what y'all think your boy Lulu going to be on in this second half of the season. But let's hop right into it. What did we see in episode 6 titled Into the Darkness? Now the episode starts out with P looking for Unique. Apparently he has been missing for about 7 days. He has not checked up on his son, and P understands deep down in her heart that something is up. She feels like he is dead, and she is blaming Rock. She's like, look, I know you know where he's at. You took him out. You're taking everything. What's up? Now they get into a tussle. Rock is able to get the gun from P, gives her a black eye, lets her know the only reason you still breathing is because Unique would not want me to hurt you, right? Now she tells her, like, look, I didn't do anything to Unique at all. I don't know where the hell he's at. And maybe you should go to law enforcement, ask them. And she tells her, look, they ain't really trying to look for Unique at all, for real. And, Rock brings up, have you asked everybody? What about Ronnie? What is he talking about? And she gave her that look, and P was like, really? There's no way Ronnie did this. You know what I'm saying? There's no way he took out his brother. He always looked out for him. She does not believe it. But Rock tells her, look, if I was you, I will hold on to this strap, keep the safety off, because whoever took him out, they still out there. And Rock understands that It's just a matter of time before whoever did this most likely is going to come for her. And she understands that that person most likely is your boy Ronnie. Now we get to the studio and we know Famous, he is struggling. We saw this in the exclusive clip that they dropped a few days ago. And we know Lulu was telling Famous, just let it out. Like, that's going to be the best thing that you can do in order to make this hit. You will feel better when it's all said and done. And that's exactly what Famous does. I mean, this man is pretty much snitching on himself, giving all the details on what he did to Freddie. And that's a huge mistake. Like, dude, are you crazy? Well, we know this song, it will eventually blow up. I believe, even though it may blow up, it could cause issues for Famous down the line with enemies and, of course, law enforcement. But this conversation pretty much set up everything between Lulu and Famous throughout the episode. Lulu was telling him you feel better when you let things go, when you let it out, when you speak the truth. So Famous did that in this episode. Lulu, he did the same thing, but we know he was drunk. And by doing that, all that did was create issues for him and, of course, the family. Now we get to Jukebox and the girl group Butter. They're in there performing. Marvin, he is showing his support for his daughter. He's like, look, she's the best. Put her up front. She is the star of the group, the leader. Now, Jukebox does not like this at all. She tells Marvin, you gotta go. You're gonna mess this up for me. We know Nakia and all those producers was in there. And Marvin, he felt some type of way about that. He's just trying to show love for his daughter. But Jukebox does not want him messing up this opportunity for her. Now, Nakia is telling him, like, look, we need a leader for this group. Y'all got potential, but she's not seeing the full potential of the group, and she wants someone to step up and act like they really want it. And we already know deep down inside that the leader of the group will be your girl Jukebox, because it's damn sure not going to be Crystal. Crystal believes she's running things, but she's not. And of course, there was some small little issues between her and Jukebox in this episode, but still, Jukebox will be the leader. This will be her group, and she's going to lead these girls to greatness, I guess, as long as this group lasts, because we know it's just a matter of time before something major happens, and it's going to cause a negative effect on your girl Jukebox down the line. Now we get to Famous. He has decided to tell the truth. He took Uncle Lulu's advice, and he has decided to tell Kanan the truth about the strap that Rock put it in his bag, and of course he let her in. And your boy Kanan is very upset about this. He's like, look, dude, so you basically was going to just let me take that L, or you let me take the L, and you didn't say anything about it. I mean, he is pissed off. Famous is like, look, man, he just had to tell him the truth because he's his brother. But Kanan ain't trying to hear any of that. It's a little bit too late for that now. I mean, I understand he believes that Rock is crazy as hell, but still, if that was me, I couldn't let my boy go out like that. I guess if I got to be dealt with by Rock, then so be it. But Famous, is told by Kanan he had to get the hell up out of there when he returns. As I told you guys last night in my quick thoughts, early impressions, this man that got kicked out of his own apartment. Damn. And ain't looking too good for your boy Famous. But we know that song that he was working on most likely is going to help him, grow as an artist. But as I told you guys, once people starts to hear those lyrics in the song, they're going to be pissed off. And Famous, he will suffer those consequences for putting that type of music out there. Now, Ronnie goes to a unique spot and he's taking all of his jewelry. And P walks in. She's pissed off like, dude, why are you taking all of his stuff? He's going to be pissed off once he returns. And that pisses Ronnie off even more. So he pushes her to the ground. And he had that weird look on his face. I mean, look at him. I mean, this dude is insane. Now, luckily, he didn't take her out and he decided to get up out of there. But man, P, you better be on your P's and Q's because your boy Ronnie, he ain't playing around. Now, Detective Howard goes to the captain, asking him, can he be transferred to a different department? I believe it is the narcs department. And that's because he's trying to get closer to this task force to see what they're doing. And the captain told him he'll see what he can do. But Howard, he's smart. He's like, look, man, I'm going to get close. I'm going to find out exactly what they own. Now, Ronnie, he goes to Juliana, letting her know that Unique is gone. And now they can do business. And Juliana, she had that weird look on her face like she's the top dog as well. But she told him, look, this is between them two only. So that means that Joaquin does not have anything to do with this. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be another reason why when she is taken out, Joaquin ain't going to give a damn. Because he's going to be like, look, I warned you, I told you, not to mess around. And now look at you. So if Ronnie takes her out, or even if Rock takes her out, Joaquin is really not going to give a damn. That's just my opinion. But it definitely seemed like Ronnie and Juliana has some type of weird connection. If you check out that episode 7 trailer, they are on the couch together. The question is Ronnie about to clap those cheeks? Because Juliana was looking like she wanted it. That's just my opinion, but I won't be surprised if she wanted Ronnie. I mean, she is a weird ass character, her damn self, but we're going to find out in next week's episode. Now, the social worker pops back up. I had a feeling she was going to come up in this episode, and that's exactly what happened. They had a conversation, but of course, Rock and Kanan was able to ease up out of it, and she told them that they're doing very well, don't worry, but she will be back. Now, Kanan is upset. He's like, man, I should have told her you put the strap in my book bag. And they go back and forth. He tells her that she's screwing everything up, and he's pretty sure that Lulu feels the exact same way that he feels about her, and that he will never understand her at all. Now, of course, Rock tells him that he will understand once he gets, older, but he wasn't having it. He got the hell up out of there. And now Rock, y'all know she took this serious because she's like, look, I need to go talk to my brother. I need to fix this and change things. But that conversation did not end well, just like this one. Now, Paul is pissed off at Kanan. He's like, man, you messing up my business. These guys ain't supposed to be working for you like that. They was with me. What's going on? He ain't liking it. And then he threats Kanan, talking about what's going to happen if I tell the cops, what's going on or whatever. And Kanan's like, dude, are you serious? Your workers, they coming to me. I'm not forcing them to do anything, and they making a lot of money. Hell, you making a lot of money as well. Now, of course, Paul act like he's big and bad, talking about I'm a grown man, you a teenager and all that. And Kanan had to check the boy, letting him know he's seen a lot of old men get dropped off by young cats. So what's up? Now, Paul, I guess that was his whole card, because after that, he changed his tone up real quick. And Kanan got one of the boys that, to do work for Paul, just to look out for him. That way he don't be, complaining about everything. Now, while all this is going down, crazy ass Ronnie is out there just watching, talking about, man, you doing your thing out here or whatever. You making some money. How about you come to this party that I'm throwing, right? Now, I'm looking like, so all of a sudden, you like talking now. You like being very social with people now. All of a sudden, that Unique is up out of the picture. It's crazy how things change. But his invitation to the party was very weird, talking about you're going to want to be there. Everybody's going to be there and all that stuff. Like, really? Like, dude, what is you on? But we know your boy Kanan did pop up to that party, and that's where he met all the old players. Now, Rock meets up with Detective Howard because she's concerned about Unique. She wants to know what's going on. Is law enforcement looking into this? Now, Howard was like, look, I thought it was you. I thought you took him out. I thought you took out the competition. She tells him, no, it was not her. It ain't even like that. And he's like, well, a lot of bodies are getting dropped off. Dean, Unique, and based on his shop, the blood, the evidence that we got, it ain't looking too good. Unique, he is gone. And you just may be next, Rock. And he tells her, like, look, you must be scared or whatever. Rock tells him it's the difference from being scared and aware. And as I told you guys before, Rock, she is a hunter. She would not accept being hunted at all. She ain't stupid. They're about to wake up a sleeping giant. And I'm going to tell you right now, by the end of the season, Rock will be back in full form. And by the end of the episode, we know she ended up getting back into the drug game. But I did like how she told him, look, I'm not Detective Burke. She was scared. That's not me. So we going to see what time it is, man. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about that scene. Now, we get to your girl Jukebox, and as you can see, she scored very well on her ASVAB test, and she is qualified to be in the military. And once again, she's going back and forth on what she really wants to do mentally. Now, Marvin pops up, and Jukebox makes sure that she puts this test up because she does not want him seeing this, because he's going to be very upset knowing that she wants to be in the military. That's going to basically piss him off after supporting her music career. And he does apologize once again for what he did earlier on in the episode. Jukebox, she said everything is good or whatever, and they pretty much squashed it. But this is still going to blow up in my opinion, because the whole thing with Gerald, that's going to be an issue. Now we get to Lulu and Rock, and we know Rock, she is trying to make amends with Lulu, telling him that she's sorry for what she's done. Of course, she wished she could have made it to this little opening night that he had not that long ago, and she wants things to be like they used to be. But Lulu ain't going for it. He's like, look, this ain't about what you've done. It's about who you are. And you may be fooling everybody else, but I know deep down inside, you're not done with the drug game. I know who you are. And he's not lying. And of course, he's like, look, I looked up to you. I followed you everywhere. So of course, I did what you wanted me to do. She tells him, well, you a grown man and you made some of those decisions your damn self. It's not all on her. I mean, they go back and forth, back and forth. Rock is like, look, screw all that. I just want to fix things. Let's just basically start over. But Lulu ain't going. He's like, nah, I'm good. He does not want anything to do with his sister at all. And once again, he goes back to drinking. And this is his weakness. And this is going to be his downfall this season. And especially by the end of the episode where he decided to go to Scrappy's mom's, y'all. And that did not end well. Now, Marvin is kicking it with Gerald. They're talking about, this story about Jukebox, the whole group. He wants to know more backstory. He wants to have like a one-on-one conversation with her to get more intel. This ain't going to end well. I'm going to tell you that right now. But while they're having this conversation, this random guy pops up talking about, look, don't you remember me? I remember you at the club with Tony Deep Throat or whatever. Y'all used to always hook up or whatever. And he is basically trying to see what Marvin is on. Now, Marvin has to play it off like, dude, I don't know you. I don't know no Tony Deep Throat. Like, get the hell up out of here. Now, after he told him to leave or whatever, that he doesn't know him, that's where Gerald had that weird look on his face or whatever. And I'm going to tell you right now, this Gerald thing, this is just not good for Marvin because he just fixed things with his daughter. But once Gerald puts out this story, that's where things are going to go sideways. And to be honest with you guys, Gerald, his days just may be numbered. We're going to see. But Marvin just may have to go back to his old ways when it comes to this Gerald character because he's going to put out a bad story. But that's just my opinion. Now we get to the club, Ronnie's party. And we already know Jukebox, she feels some type of way about Kanan and Aisha. On top of that, they're introduced to Snap and Pop Henry, who of course is the OGs. And they end up telling Kanan that they're willing to do some business with him. They already know that business is booming for him. And they're trying to see what time it is. Now, Jukebox is surprised, like, man, business is booming. And she's like, look, what's going on with you and Famous? I mean, she wants to know all the intels about Kanan, but he does not want to tell her anything, at least right now. Now, Jukebox is like, look, we got to get the hell up out of here. Me and Aisha got practice in the morning. You got to leave too, Kanan. She's pretty much trying to force him to leave, but Kanan is about business. He's like, I don't know about that. Ronnie pops up and he's like, nah, how about you just stay? And Jukebox is like, look, this party, all it is just thugsters. Everybody in here is in the game. She calls out everybody. And Ronnie couldn't really say anything. He just had that weird look on his face. But Kanan did end up staying because he had to talk to Snap and Pop Henry along with Ronnie. And they talked business. They talked investment. And this is just the start of this whole new connection. And I'm going to tell you right now, this whole thing ain't going to end well. But Ronnie and Kanan, they have one thing in common. That is screw Rock. They don't like her at all. Hell, even Snap and Pop Henry told him, if we knew you was doing business with her, we wouldn't even be talking to you right now. But we already know Jukebox, she would go back to Rock and let her know what Kanan is doing, letting her know that he's changing and he's hanging around the wrong crowd. So she is very concerned for her cousin. Now, we get to Rock and we get to this water leak at her shop. That's because the boys, they still messing around with her. You already know they trying to extort Rock and get money, but she ain't going for it. She's pissed off, talking about she is trying her best to do good, to do things the right way. And to be honest, that's probably not what she really wants to do. And she lets Marvin know that basically she wants to get back into the drug game, but she has to talk to, Stefano to see what time it is. But Rock, she's tired of sitting around. She is tired of all of this, and now it's time for her to return like Michael Jordan returned in the 90s. The question is, will she be as dominant as those Bulls? We shall see. Now, Kanan and all the old heads, they take a picture. And at first, Kanan was not even in the picture. But Snaps is like, nah, come on in, young blood. Get in this picture. You know what I'm saying? You working with us now. Let's start this new journey. And now we get the old school pick. And what y'all think gonna happen, man? This thing with Kanan and Snap and Pop Henry and Ronnie is crazy. And I can guarantee you one of y'all parents got a picture like this. Especially if they was around in the 90s or whatever. Everybody got an old school pic with all the people up in it, kicking it, having a good old time. But I definitely cannot wait to see how this storyline is going to go for Kanan, Ronnie, and Snap and Pop Henry. Now, Rock goes back to Stefano, letting him know that since Unique is up out of the picture, she wants to take over his operations. And he's like, man, so quick. And she's like, well, that's what Unique would have did. And business don't stop. He tells her, okay. He had to have a conversation with Marvin because Marvin said, look, we handled Salvo Selly. We about business. We will get the job done, because he was kind of second guessing it. So after that, he's like, okay, if you're in the game, so be it. But it's only one way to get out. And we already know what time it is when he's saying that. I really hope nothing bad happens with Rock and Stefano, because he seems like he's real cool, whatever. He's understanding. And of course, he's about business. But we know it may be some issues down the line with crazy ass Ronnie and of course Kanan having that new connection. Now Ronnie pops up at Kanan's spot, or should we say Famous's old spot, tells him, look, it is time to put in that work. So business is about to start right now. Ronnie ain't playing around. He went and got the word from Juliana. He had the little meeting with Snapping Pop Henry. He met up with Kanan. I mean, he's about business. I'm eager to see how all this is really going to end and how Rock is going to feel about it. Now, we get to Detective Howard, and of course, he finds out that Marvin is on the radar of the task force or whatever. They got some intel on him or whatever, and they're connecting all the dots about the hit on Tony Deep Throat, Marco Boselli, Sal Boselli, and they feel like Marvin could be a person of interest. Now, the question is, will Detective Howard try to protect Marvin, or will he end up just letting it slide? Knowing Howard and seeing how close he's getting to the task force, he is going to try to deflect this somehow, some way. The only thing is, he cannot afford to screw this up at all. Now, we get to the end of the episode. Lulu is still drinking, and I'm thinking, like, what is this dude doing? Where is he at? I know at the beginning of the episode, they showed, Scrappy's mom in the preview of what happened in the past. And usually when they do that, the episode that you're watching, they're going to touch up on that storyline. So eventually I knew she would pop back up. I already made videos about her, and she did pop back up. Lulu has decided to tell this lady that it's all his fault, that Scrappy is gone. He didn't do nothing about it. He was there. I mean, come on. I mean, Lulu, really? I understand that you got, problems with your sister and you're drinking and it's kind of hard for you, but you went and told her this information. Like, come on. You're putting everyone at risk. Like, you cannot afford to be doing this. So this is why in the next episode, they're going to try to make Lulu fix this. But is he even mentally stable enough to do that? I mean, from the looks of it, he's on a downfall, y'all. And to be honest, it's only going to get worse. And we already know that Scrappy's mom, she wants payback. She already told Kanan that tell your mom to do something or she gonna do something her damn self. So what's gonna happen in episode 7? Well, from the looks of it, to be honest, this just may be the end for Scrappy's mom, Chantel, y'all. She may be up out of here and we could be smoking on that pack. To be honest, that's the pack that we should have been smoking on last season. And Scrappy, he should be here because he was never no damn snitch. Now, you guys, I want y'all to leave y'all theories, predictions, leave it all down below. You already know we're going to go over the episode 7 trailer this weekend to talk about some of the things that just may happen in these, last 4 episodes of the show. But man, they picking it up, man. It's getting crazier and crazier each and every episode. I'm loving this season and I cannot wait to see how it's all going to play out. And I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dart. I'm out. Peace.